Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bulldozer Investing. Today is December 22nd, 2020. It is 11:52 p.m. It is a little late today that I wanted to wait till what kind of reaction the market would have after Trump's conclusion of $600 for stimulus package is not enough, and he wanted minimum $2,000, which is ideal for those needy people and for the economy itself. So let's see how that goes. But the market seemed like it did pick up quickly. During this video, any suggestions or anything that I say is just for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence and risk analysis before investing. Okay, so let's begin. Let's analyze the markets. Today, I wanted to start with the SPY minis, E-mini 500s. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so let's zoom in. This is daily. I did mention during Twitter today that we were doing an inverse head and shoulder. This is okay, guys. The chart looks bullish. We are bouncing off of the lower band of the pitchfork, also the 50% retracement. So this is perfectly normal. Now, what kind of action we'll get tomorrow is another factor. That's one thing, but it seems like that's perfectly fine. We're sitting at the 20-day moving average on the daily. If we look at the 15 minutes, we did see that there's a shoulder, head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulder. I am expecting a bullish run. Our first run will be towards 3,700. And then my target for this week or the end of next week, I guess we have a short week this week for Christmas. So 3766 is where I'm aiming at. Okay. We're analyzing the market week by week. My ultimate target is SPY 4,000, and then we'll see what happens. I think at that time we'll probably reach a top, but it seems like the Fed will support the markets ultimately till the end. So I don't even know if we would get a real drop. We'll get small corrections, but I don't think we'll crash, okay? Because of the dollar, I explained it in previous videos of the dollar devaluating and so forth. So the best way to keep and protect your money against the devaluation of the dollar is the stock market, okay? PLTR, this is totally normal, guys. We're back testing the fib channel. We had a huge run, 10%, maybe over some more than 10% actually with today's action in the morning. Then we gave back a little. That's standard procedure. No need to panic. The technicals are not broken. On the daily, the 20-day moving average, simple moving average, seems like it is very nice support. Okay, so ABC pattern, we're bouncing off. This looks bullish, guys. I don't see any bearish signs yet, so I'm pretty positive with this stock. I don't see any negativity yet. Everything is standard procedure on the hourly, on the daily. There's no need to panic. I don't see the reason for panicking. So this will go. If you were to ask me, a nice hammer is formed. We will probably test the, we did test the 29 area, which I did say, and then yesterday I did actually, if you watch my video from yesterday, I concluded that PLTR, I'm not so confident about the run, okay? About the last run we had, which was the, I think it was yesterday's run, okay? So when I said that, because on the hourly it was testing the channel and I didn't like the close because we kind of stopped there right at the end of the day, and in the morning we broke out, but the fib channel, the fib resistance was strong, but the support was strong, and also the pennant support was strong. So we back tested the lower end of the pennant, and then the cloud top acted as a huge resistance. I know that we hit the lows of 2750 again. I rather test 2750 after market hours than the day trading. during the daytime because it did back test this trend line. That's fine. We'll probably test it again tomorrow, the 2770s. Ultimately, I think we're going to retest 29. So this is the thing about Palantir, is that this level is very critical to 2750 area, 2720 area, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, if you count this 12. So 12 times we tested this area. It's about to break out. So no reason why not. But it's a natural, it's a natural thing to test the cloud top. It might even come back down to 2672. So that's fine again. Okay, as long as we're in this cloud, the cloud is green, we're all right. Okay. Eventually, my first target is 30 to 31. Second target is 35, and then my long-term target is 41. And then throughout end of the next year is 51. And also by the end of 2022, Benzinga actually had a poll today. Do you see Palantir at 50 by end of 2022? I'd say, do you see Palantir at $50 end of 2021? That was like 22 is too long for this stock. Okay, so that's Palantir. Standard procedure, our blink is going off and it's going crazy. I've explained it in our videos many times. It's a low float of shares, high percentage of shorts equals a huge squeeze. Okay, warned everybody here, live on Twitter, gave the alert, and it went out, flagged, and it went out again. And I said yesterday that my first target is 42.97, second target is 53.81, and you guys might laugh or think that I'm crazy. I said I was being conservative due to the low float of shares and high percentage of shorts. This is ballistic. Okay, this is an hourly candle, guys. If I put this in a day, okay, crazy stuff. Okay, crazy stuff. This will go to 53. I'm not touching it, of course. By now, I'm not touching it. The risk factor is a little high, too high for me. NNDM, again, flagging to the upside. I would say 1055 and 1334 are my next targets, which almost did, by the way, reach 1055, and I gave that yesterday. I said my first target is 1055. By the next day, it was 958. Okay. Solo, also another stock that I'm interested in. There's a cup and handle here. You can also say inverse head and shoulder. Eventually, it might come back down to the cloud and retest $7, but eventually it's going to get higher. Not really a big fan here, but just a technical chart that I wanted to show. I'd rather own NNDM, or not own, but trade NNDM or Blink, much faster moving stocks. Another one that I got in today, one of my followers had requested to see if I would look at the chart. Let me take a look. I even forgot the name of it. BLCM. Okay, this was a request that came to me today, and I really like the chart. This is hourly. I like the chart on the 4 hours and daily better. Actually, let's do daily. There's a huge gap to be filled. If we were to look at this on here, let's look at this is daily already, actually. Let's zoom in. So we are testing the 50 MA. If we break that above, the next one is 100, which is 52 to 522, which is matching the cloud top. So 522 is for my first target for this. If we can break out the 50, the momentum is on the side, a lot of buy volume. I'd say this could be a bagger, double bag. Yeah, I'd say like if you bought it, I bought it around like 340, I think, something like that, when I saw the stock. And I believe this is at least the first channel is 522, then the second one is 550. I'll probably sell this at 550. Nothing too amazing. I mean, like, I'm not investing my whole portfolio in this. I'm trading. I got my options from Apple. I put like $400. The next day it came out with $1,400. So I just put $1,400 just to give you that value. It's probably 0.5% of, not even 1% of my portfolio. Okay. Well, no. I say that wrong. It would be my portfolio on the account that I shared with the followers that I opened just to started with 10K. So in 3 months we're up to Today I was almost 19K, but PLTR brought me down. So I'm at 17K today. So if you consider 17K and I put 1400, so that is about 8% of my portfolio, which I think is pretty high actually. I'd say like 3% would be an ideal situation, depending on your size of. If you have 10K, most I put is like $500, hoping to get another 500 rather than playing an option. I think this is good. Now, if you like the risk factor, then that's your decision. I don't even know what this company does. I'm purely investing on upgrade today and also the chart itself. Okay. Besides that, Apple had a sell-off today. Elon Musk is very smart. As soon as he saw Apple as a competitor, he said that, yeah, well, I tried to sell Tesla to Apple. Tim Cook wouldn't even listen to me. He wouldn't even like arrange a meeting. Well, he knows that Apple is a big threat for him. So he's going to try to, bash Apple and try to say like, they have no interest in car. These are rumors. He's trying to hold up his stock. That's fine. Apple can retest 128. I'm not saying it will. Let's see the momentum tomorrow. But I'm bullish on the stock, and over in the long run, I think this will be $180 stock. Short term 143, so right around here, like 140. Okay. I like to play Apple options rather than investing my money in Apple, because right now the stock market is huge on Russell, small caps, low float, high percentage of shorts. Easy moving, very fast, once of a lifetime opportunity in my opinion. So I'm not going to sit and wait for a 5% with the 17K I have in my account for this Twitter activities and YouTube. But I do own Apple on my 401k and that sort of stuff. Okay. Other than that, Apple, in 2 weeks actually, I played 3 options. One option I was $200, I caught my loss. The second option I played, I made $800. The third option I played, which was yesterday, I made $1,000. So I made about, give or take, like, $1,200 on Apple. Okay, with over $500 of total money that I played with. So that's, that gives you the math. If you want to make $1,200 on Apple with a 4% move, how much you have to invest. So I'd rather invest in a high flying stock and, somewhere that moves fast rather than wait for Apple 3 months. If you look at last 3 months, since September, Apple didn't do anything. Okay? You just want to play Apple at very critical points right here, like when it touches the 100 moving day average. Every time it touches it, it bounces off pretty strong, or when it's close to the 20-day moving average. So those bounces are vicious. So I think I failed here when I lost that $200. I failed somewhere. I don't know where it was, but I think the bounce didn't come as much as I wanted to. So that's how I play Apple. Now, if I wanted to invest, if I were to go crazy yesterday and invest 10K, I would have made over 30, 40K. But that's for gambling. Okay. Other than that, I had another interest in this stock. Today I posted it on Twitter. Actually, I'm spelling it wrong. Sorry about that. And I did spell it wrong on Twitter as well. I fixed it. Very low float of shares and high percentage of shorts. Okay. So having said that, just to give you a preview, 20% shorts, 21.7 million total shares on float, broke the 50-day moving average and came back a little. I believe if you give this couple months, when it moves, it moves. So from here, like when it moves very sharp in a couple of days because of the short squeeze. So from here, $8 to $12, that's 50% almost. If you give a month, actually, from here to here, that's 50%. So when it moves because of the squeeze, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in 4 days, $10.56 to $15, that's 47% closely, roughly. Okay, flagged and then crushed it again. Okay, So had a gap here, fill the gap, might bounce. So I didn't put money in it yet, but I'm waiting for it. Now this system drew like a falling channel, but if it does break, so let's do our own. Yeah, I think what they did is they did something like this. Okay, so there's obviously a trend here. I'd go here. I say it broke out. I mean, this channel isn't really perfect, but I think it broke out the downtrend. So double bottomed here, 1, 2, okay. Fill the gap. It might just I like the bounce off of 20 and then break the 50. This is a thing that, again, treat it like an options play. I'll probably put like, you know, $1,500 and just leave it for a month and see what happens. The first price target on this one is 955, and eventually I think it's going to hit 13 bucks. Okay. So it is your choice. It's a hated stock, shorted stock, low float. Okay. We talked about laser and all the LiDAR plays. If you bought it in the early morning, you probably made money, but throughout the day, since Apple sold off, these sold off. And again, every time I say these, you can't take it as trading advice. You have to take it as educational purposes. And I always go to Finviz or Chartmill or wherever and just look at the float, look at the cap of the market cap of the stock, and then do your own analysis and risk before you invest. I believe this company only has 5 million shares, very short, and then a lot of shorts. It's flagging. It's going to break out again. I definitely say if Apple goes crazy, the cloud is red, something to consider. It might get a support at 35.87. I believe it'll hit 42.73. Okay? So that's all. Bullish on SPY, just standard procedure. Nothing to be worried yet, unless if we get some crazy news. And then Palantir, standard procedure, standard reset, nothing to panic about. I like a couple other names here, but I want to keep the video short. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Okay? Good luck with trading.